That's fucking rude, Ron. You don't gotta be right in our faces like that. God. I'm out here trying to be proud of my non-scale victories. I look bald with my hair slicked that strong. And you're out here just being like, yeah, well, I'm sleeping with women, so suck a dick. It's so fucking rude. That's just rude. All right, brothers, sisters, January resistors, strap in because this is going to be a special episode because we're recording in the morning. The boys are still eating. I've been up. I ate my breakfast sandwich, which I had bacon, egg on a English muffin with heirloom tomato slices.
Hell yeah!
Over the sink in 30 seconds before I came out recording because I didn't want to.
Chuck eats like he's at work all the time.
Yeah. Actually, well, to be fair, normally it's over the trash can if I'm at work. So I did mix it up a little bit today. Yeah.
I've seen waiting. I know how that works.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. But brothers, sisters, gender resistors, welcome to another episode of the Comic Book Collective's main show, the main hub. Rundown reviews, the only show that anybody ever actually cares about on this because it's three of us. Joey's muted, so Joey was muted, so I'm just going to talk shit.
I'll have you know, I saw the numbers came in this morning, and we had like almost 2,000 downloads this past week from Indonesia.
Hell yeah, they must have gotten a new. A
new bot, I think.
Yeah, new bot, or they got a new. I remember when I was doing a late showdown, our Thanksgiving episode got like 700 downloads from India. Yep. Yeah.
Literally what I was thinking. Oh, I'm sorry, not Indonesia. Vietnam. My bad.
Oh, yeah, they must have just gotten like a new cell phone service and it was free and they're just looking for American content. That makes sense. Of course, I'm going to do the plugs right now while you guys are still eating. Hey, the Comic Book Collective has a bunch of shows. The first one that you can check out is last Sunday of every month. It is Getting Franchised, the latest and greatest in media franchises. Not just movie franchises, media franchises. Of course, Joey and I review the latest and greatest in whatever it is that I decide to pick. I think we're season 2 in, and I've already destroyed the gimmick. I don't care. We're just watching stupid shit that I like to watch. At time
I thought that was the gimmick.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. At time of release, it's Walter Day, and it just came out.
That just came out. So whatever we picked for July will be.
It's Rollerball.
Yeah,
and Rollerball coming out. Ron, you want to come on for Rollerball and Rollerball?
What the hell is Rollerball?
You know what Rollerball is?
Dude, you don't know what Rollerball is? Dude, it's post-apocalyptic, like roller derby.
They had like a remake with Chris Klein.
Yeah, I think so. LL Cool J
from American Pie.
Yeah.
Nope, never seen it.
No, okay.
You may enjoy it. You may like it. I don't know. And then, of course, you love Death Race 2000, so you'll love the original Rollerball. It's the same vibe.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, Chuck has been talking about Rollerball ever since
I think the first season it was like on the list.
Getting franchised,
yeah. So, but you can check out that's the last Sunday of every month, and more importantly, audio only. I feel like we should specify that. So if you're watching this on YouTube,
we could have at any point put it out on video, but because the show was originally supposed to be Patreon on the old network, I never kept the video for those, and
and more importantly, it's a nice little treat for audio only listeners.
Yeah,
you know. So you can, of course, check out this show on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit the hype button, hit the notification button, so you know when we post every time. Of course, there's also Comic Book Rewind every other Saturday, where Joey is bag and boarding, paper trading, all of the old episodes, like 4 years worth of episodes, all being compiled into one easy to listen episode. So you can get caught up on everything that we've ever talked about previous to that. And of course, you can find Ron at Good at This Game. You can find his art at Good Art This Game. And more importantly, you can find his art on our shirts, which are located at our TeePublic store. Link down below. Oh, you got Rogan the Hut?
Rogan the Hut on.
Classic joke. I think one of the first, that was our first t-shirt, yeah?
No,
it wasn't the first one.
Joe Cool Kills the Waynes.
Oh my God, that's right. Joe Cool Kills the Waynes.
I love wearing that one to conventions because everybody's just like, Oh, I get it.
Ah, that makes sense. Ah, good joke. Good joke. And
Even though it was
of
by
course,
accident.
Yeah.
that's true. And of course, you can find the show Comic Book Rundown on all social media platforms. If you would like to email us, which is the best way to get in contact with us, you can email us at comicbookrundown@gmail.com. You, of course, can leave comments on the YouTube where we will read those comments out loud. Like this one, Joey, insert the comment. Wow, that was a great comment. Thank you,
And
Simon.
also, don't tell me I don't insert stuff. I totally did on this last episode that just came out.
I didn't hear you tell me that I was right, and fuck you, Joey.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't hear that.
I did put the whole "fuck you, Joey" like 5 different times in there. Did you not hear that? I overlaid it in the episode.
I just assumed that we just kept saying it.
No,
Yeah, that's super. Yeah, you worked that in immaculately. I was unaware. I just thought we were just telling you to go fuck yourself.
Right?
Good to know.
That was well done.
Well,
Also,
thank you.
shout out to me a month later, finally realizing that you said Hero Escape, not Hero Quest, which is why I was like kind of confused. But I was like, I'm just gonna roll with it. Now that makes a lot more sense. I also love Hero Escape. Shout out to Hero Escape. But I thought you were talking about Hero Quest specifically, which I was really excited about.
No,
I don't think was originally made by Hasbro. The Scorpion King? Yo, all right. So first and foremost, did you all watch
not gonna
it?
mention that he totally forgot to talk about Kamen Rider, but it's all good.
Oh no!
Oh, Kamen Rider Chronicles. Well, to be fair, I was interrupted.
That's
Kamen Rider Chronicles, of course, every Monday and Thursday, Joey is reviewing and going over Kamen Rider Ichigo and Kamen Rider Zets. Listen, Kamen Rider's fucking cool, but it is not dubbed in any language ever, so you have to sit and watch it. So why? Who wants to do that? Have Joey tell you all about it by checking out Kamen Rider Chronicles. Now, that being said, we watched The Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Did you all watch it via the link I sent you, or did you watch it not that style?
Well,
commentary style.
Considering when you sent the link, I had that whole meta problem.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I couldn't watch the link. I think it's working now. Like I think I can finally get logged back into my messenger now, so we can finally start messaging back on that. Although honestly, I should just get your phone number, Chuck, or we should all just get.
You don't have Chuck's phone number?
No, I don't. Wow, you don't have
I'll make a group chat. I'll make a group chat so you can talk to Chuck.
That's fucked up, man.
Right? I've had Chuck's phone number since like the first time he was on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have your number, Joey. What the fuck?
Really?
I feel like I do. I don't know. Man.
Okay.
I got like 9 different Joey's comic book rundown in my phone, so who knows?
Either way.
Yeah, I do other shows.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
I couldn't get that link to work. It kept popping up with like 3 dudes talking about some dude being on a show.
Yeah, that was the first part of it. It takes like 7 minutes to get into it.
Oh, okay. I was like, I kept clicking out of it and clicking back into it. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then I thought that, it was just, meta being
or whatever.
No. So I watched it via the Deadlock Boys, the Deadlock podcast, which is one of my favorite wrestling podcasts ever.
You had talked about it last week. Yeah.
Yeah, they occasionally will like watch something wrestling adjacent, i.e. The Rock in Scorpion King, but they do it kind of like Mystery Science Theater style. So it's like those 3 are on the side and the movie is playing, and it's just them doing their stupid fucking jokes.
Doing their bits.
Yeah, doing their bits. They get their bits in. It is so objectively, my score is going to be probably egregiously higher than it should be because I had an absolute ball with this movie. This right off the bat, I'll say it right now, this is like a 9.99 out of 10 on the Janero continuum. Watching this movie with friends and making fun of it is phenomenal.
100%.
I wish I would have watched it with somebody
because
it would have probably made it better.
Oh, yeah, I watched it by myself. I mean, the thing is, though, I've seen this movie a dozen of times. Like, I watched this in theaters when it came out back in 2002. But I've also seen it a handful of times since it's been out. I haven't watched it in years because it's not like this is one that unlike The Mummy, it's not like one I watch all the time. Like it's, subjectively, I guess. It's definitely, I think I like this better than The Mummy 2.
Oh, yeah.
The Rock is definitely obviously more prominent in this one. Obviously, because it's his movie. And he's given justice in this one.
Except like the story doesn't line up with The Mummy.
It does
No,
not whatsoever.
they essentially retcon everything
Yeah.
that the Mummy 2 was trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but then when you think about it, the other Scorpion King movies retcon literally every other movie it makes.
I've never seen any of them other than this one.
Oh yeah, there's 5 total.
Holy crap! There are 4 more after this one.
Well, because okay, so my assumption would be this is technically owned by Universal, with WWF at the time, WWF Entertainment Studios helping. So they owned WWF Studios, owned a small portion of the licensing. And Universal did not want to lose the licensing, so they just kept making the movies so they wouldn't lose the license to the WWF. Because then the WWF would have all of the control of the licensing that they could do, and therefore they would then own the entire like IP.
Which makes sense, considering, like, I understand how the license works for like the Marvel stuff when Spider-Man, X-Men, all that stuff.
Fantastic.
Before they got back to Marvel proper, they had to make a film every 7 years, otherwise it would have reverted back to Marvel. So like Fox and Sony and all them. So it would make sense, whatever contracts that Universal had with that IP, them making something with Scorpion King. Because when I looked it up, I think it was every like 3 or 4 years a direct-to-DVD movie came out.
Yeah.
And it was direct-to-DVD, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Is this the only one we're watching for the show?
You're funny.
I'm kind of okay. So like, I know they're not going to be good, but I am excited at the idea.
One of us got Rick Couture. One of us got Rick Couture. Is that his name? Randy Couture.
Randy Couture,
yes.
the UFC fighter, Randy Couture.
Yes, Randy Couture. Yeah, whoever. It's got him. One's got Lou Ferrigno.
As the Scorpion King.
I didn't say as Scorpion King.
Oh, okay.
Like they're in the movies. I didn't say.
So he's like a bit piece, like he was in.
No, he's like the villain or something. Like he's in the full movie. They're both in the full movies.
That's crazy. That's insane.
They're like, no one's got Ron Perlman. Like they're in these movies. Like they're. I'm not gonna say legitimate movies, but they're.
But they pulled at least one actor with a real name into each one.
Into like in each of them. So like these guys wanted the paycheck. So
that's fair.
I mean, it makes sense. If you're gonna do it. So let's start by saying this is the most rock action movie like ever. What I thought was super interesting about it is that it does try to have the vibe that the first one has in like kind of balancing action and comedy, but I think it does it in a less executed, not as well executed, and a little bit cringier because it felt forced. Maybe is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, the original just felt the original Mummy. It felt more organic and natural, and I think that actually is a testament to Brendan Fraser's acting abilities.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one thing I didn't really, I'm not gonna say I didn't like, but one thing I caught on this time around and just didn't, I don't know, appreciate was just the Matthias, Scorpion King. He's trying to kill the sorceress in this movie, and then he's just collecting people. Like anywhere he goes, people just congregate to him. He's not, giving off this persona of
I'm a leader, or I'm trying to do something better for everybody.
Right. Like anything. He's like, no, I'm here to kill somebody. Why are you flocking to me? So that's one thing that I found like, okay, this makes no sense. Why everybody's trying to just be around him. Now, him saving the kid from losing his hand, that made sense. The kid liking him, like that, okay, that made sense. But the scientist guy, the horse thief,
the scientist guy just wanted him to kill Memnon.
Memnon, yes. But like him just randomly finding him in the desert.
Well, he didn't really randomly find him. There was a huge explosion.
I meant, yes, okay. You know
now, them like, being that close together, yes, that doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. Except for the fact that everybody just conjugated toward Matthias.
But also, they were on their way back into town and back into the city after, like, when that happened. And if he was escaping, that's probably all the further he got before he, you know, couldn't go any further.
But if he was so close to the city, like, he really got so far that Memnon really could have just came and found him.
Probably just didn't care that much, to be honest with you.
He cared enough to send his guards after him.
Sure.
To be fair, he thought the fire ants were gonna work.
Then not Matthias.
We're talking about the sorcerer. We're talking about not the sorcerer, the scientist this time. King Theoden.
No, that was the first guy.
No. King Theoden plays the scientist.
No. Wait,
dude.
Oh,
you want to fucking bet money?
Yes, sorry, my bad. I'm sorry because I have written down King Farron.
So you mean the sheriff of Nottingham or Nottingham?
Yep. I was confusing stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So
King Theoden from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
The scientist was the king of Rohan in Lord of the Rings.
That's the guy who's like sick and has the worm talking in his ear or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then
can you imagine being part of the two greatest IPs of all time? That's crazy.
I mean, King Farron was this and Robin Hood Men in Tights. So yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He lost his head in this one,
and he was also in Warehouse 13.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was a bad guy for a little bit. Like later on in the second season, I think.
It's been too long since I've seen that show. I love that show. That
was such a great show.
Last season was a little iffy, but
yeah, because they were just
wrapping up. It was like, okay, well, we got like 5 episodes. Let's just say goodbye.
The sorceress was Lady Deathstrike too, right? From X-Men 2.
Kelly Hugh, I believe her name is. I think it was.
Okay.
I don't know because I know she didn't say anything.
She was a fucking smoke show.
Man, she was.
Oh, absolutely.
She was stupid hot. I did like the idea that so like where specifically is this supposed to be set? A question.
Very good question.
Because regardless of where it is supposed to be set, no one seems to be the correct ethnicity that they should be representing.
What are you talking about? There were definitely Samoans in the Egyptian area.
Yeah, Samoans in the Egyptian area.
Native Americans also. Because his brother.
Because they were brother Dywell brother.
I feel bad for the third Arcadian, which I
because he doesn't even get a name or anything.
He literally is called in IMDb third Arcadian. It's like
that makes sense. And those are like just the last 3 that exist,
right?
Yeah.
And this is also supposed to happen according to the voice overlay. This is supposed to happen before the pyramids were around,
right?
But yet at the same time, in the Mummy Returns. He was supposedly attacking like all the major cities of Egypt with his army. So I don't know.
Yeah. Again, they tried to retcon it in the way that the story worked here. It just didn't.
I think you have to remember this came out in what 2002. 2002.
A year after the Mummy Returns.
Right. So like the internet wasn't really a thing yet. Right? So like
no, but the movie
only people who are gonna pick it out of being like, well, there's like inconsistencies in the story, blah, 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 are like
anybody that watched The Mummy Returns and then watched this.
Right, but then it stays within that little group. There's not 3 assholes sitting on a fucking Zoom call right now pointing it out to the masses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but here's a mess up thing though. Like you say that, but rewind 15 years when Super Mario 3 came out and somehow everybody knew how to get the fucking whistle.
It's true.
I'm just like, how do we know that without people telling us how?
Yeah, exactly. Because you just
like how that popped in my head. I don't know.
Right, but game magazines.
Sure. So
I did have access to that.
So they used to do reviews of movies in magazines and stuff also, and then
Right. Okay. I hear you. My point is, you had to actively go out and find those things.
Right. Search for that.
Search for that. It was, you had to put a little bit of fucking work into it, not laying in bed scrolling through an app that just exposes me to an algorithm that is literally warping and controlling from my brain.
Yeah,
sure.
Right?
But Chuck, I also found the discrepancies in this because I watched both movies.
Right, back to back.
We
essentially watched it. No, they went. There was at least a year between the two. He just said that.
Yeah, it would have been a year. So before you went and watched this, you would have rewatched.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
100%.
Oh, I would have.
Shit.
I would have 100%.
When did the VHS for Scorpion King even come out? Or for Mummy Returns come out?
Let me check.
I mean, I didn't watch this in theaters. I watched it on DVD, but you know.
I mean, I saw this in theaters. I remember going with men that I should not have been hanging out with and watching this and thinking, this is it. Like, this is going to make up for how angry I was about The Mummy Returns in his role. He also...
The Rock with hair is so weird.
He had that hair on there. Like, they had him in that hair.
Oh, that shit was super glued to his head and then stapled down. Like,
yeah, that was attached. The same with Michael Clark Duncan's hair. I would like,
but Michael Clark Duncan his hair looked a little more like it belonged.
Yeah,
there wasn't much of it because it wasn't like where he had this whole head of hair that went down to his asshole. You know.
Okay, so the Mummy Returns came out on DVD, VHS, and DVD, October 2nd, 2001. This came out in April 19th, 2002. So I definitely would have watched the Mummy Returns DVD and then went and saw this movie.
Nah, I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that, but okay. I don't think you did.
I think you were watching. I reread entire book series before the next book comes out. So, like, watching a movie before I go see a movie.
Look at me! I'm Ron. I'm literate and get pussy. Ooh.
You can get pussy too, Chuck.
I'm not literate, so.
Oh! Did you guys see that? Nils, whatever the hell is the dude with the Q. He was one of the torturers in this.
Very 5 minutes of
screen time. 30 seconds of screen time. But I was just like, oh, dude, he's in this. That's so great because he's in everything.
He's got so many bit roles, but add it to the list.
Oh, absolutely.
Got check. He may be our most.
He's definitely going to be up there because he's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah. We'll have to do a running count.
Yeah.
I do. Real quick though, I do see shades of The Rock probably getting creative control over his movies and stuff. He uses the bow an egregious amount in this movie. Like, he tries to make it like his thing. That he's going to use this bow. And I understand it's for the setup, which, by the way, at the end of the movie, phenomenal. I was like, he's gonna say catch this, and then he does say catch this, and shoots an arrow. Very funny, very funny. But I understand, like, that's the setup, like that's what they're trying to do for the end. But it almost felt like there was enough scenes where they could have cut like half the scenes out of him just having to use the bow all the time. It was very strange.
Kind of did when he got captured like midway through.
And they stole the bow.
So he didn't have it for like the back half of the movie.
One or two scenes. He gets it back. He gets
at
the
very end of the movie.
Yeah.
But let's start at the first time that he uses that bow in this movie. After he drags a rock up the side of this thing, which there's no way that rock was scraping against there and nobody noticed it, no matter how loud they were being in there.
They have Sabretooth in there yelling. It's fine.
And then as soon as he hit the ground and 8 arrows shoot out in all different directions at the same time, Like,
Yeah, he
this
like
dude was
Robin
putting the
Hood
goal
Men in
last game.
Tights, like shot a bunch of arrows all at once. And Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Powerful enough that it just shot everybody back through the wall or through the
Yeah.
tarp.
Exactly.
Through
Like
the
those things
wall.
were lifting people
There
off
was
the
a
ground and
man who
throwing
did
them.
backward somersaults out
Right.
the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a die stunt man die situation because that boy did not live after that. That was egregious. Also, like right off the bat, they are setting the tone in this movie that we are not meant to make this like serious. This is going to be
100%.
a super campy movie,
and I'm here for it. Like,
even The Rock doesn't
this.
take this movie seriously. Like his acting
God, no.
is all comedy.
Did you guys notice that anytime that he was fighting anybody, like I think like he was supposed to be having like a serious look at his face, but his eyes were always wide, so he always looked like he was terrified of every person he was
That's
fighting.
The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's the Rock's go-to face of no way this jabroni is trying to like beat me up right now. The bug eye look is like definitely his thing.
I think it changes over time because I feel like his like more recent movies it's not as bad. But like the earlier ones,
he's always
I'm remembering something like with like the Rundown, even like I think even with like Walking Tall, it's a lot of wide-eyed.
Yeah,
looks.
I'm telling you, that's the Rock's fight phase. So that's not true. He had 3 because he also hits a people's eyebrow in the middle of this movie.
That's true.
I did pop for that because I knew it was coming. I knew he was gonna have to. He was gonna have to hit the signatures for like the wrestling fans.
Well, especially early on. This is like
I think the first like 5 movies that The Rock was in, he does the people's eyebrow in each one of them. A couple of them he does the rock bottom in. Like he's definitely hitting the stuff for the wrestling fans.
Yes, he does. He did all the correct things to make us like excited to be a wrestling fan at this movie. That like little Easter eggs, because otherwise I don't think people are really going to know. Maybe the people's eyebrow people are going to know, but like casual fans, like the people's eyebrow transcended wrestling. Everybody was doing the people's eyebrow. That was like the cool thing to do. But like a rock bottom or like a people's elbow or a spine buster, like he does a spine buster in this movie, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
When he's fighting the guards that charge in when he doesn't have his weapons. It was after the harem. Yeah, like take all of his weapons and stuff. Which, by the way, he doesn't feel them lifting all of that shit off of him.
Especially since he's supposed to be like this super assassin. And like, I don't know. There are some parts that were just ridiculous.
At one point, he busts out, he drops his armor off. I don't remember when.
It's when he's fighting Memnon at the end because he gets cut.
And he pops up. Yeah, no blood though.
Yeah, no, because
he had a slice on his like shoulder.
Oh, did he?
Like,
okay.
Blood pouring out, but there was like a slice right here.
Yeah, they were very selective. My guess is they were trying to keep this as PG-13 as possible.
I think so.
Because like implied nudity with the sorceress.
Right, there's no way when she whipped her hair back like that, those
that
two strands were going to stay
no fucking way.
They were
there was pasties.
Yeah, that's what I said. They were
100% it's all pasties.
Yeah.
So sad.
A. B. The level of violence is a lot of like off camera happening. Like the actual kills were like off camera. It was a lot of flip them to the ground and then stab
blood, or you don't see gore or.
There's like one or two spots
far enough away because like there was when he's rolling that gong. This is one shot I never realized in the dozens of times I watched this. When he's rolling the gong and it rolls off of the balcony,
the people,
it crushes those people down there. I never realized that. It was so far away that I never saw that before.
God, do we need to add a hero kills innocent people to our bingo list?
Nah, I mean, because that's part of the hero kills. Well, we can put that
specifically like adding it like he kills innocent people.
Yeah,
like we're getting in that era where they are just gonna start killing innocent people too by accident as like a plot device. It's bound to happen. But anyway, so he like popped up out of that, and he pops up without his armor on, and that is the juiciest, absolute fucking natty looking dude like version of The Rock up until he just starts only doing steroids and pancakes, right?
Right.
When he just becomes a literal boulder of a human being. But he was just juiced out of his mind in this movie, and you can tell that they purposely kept like as much clothing on him that wasn't on him as possible. Like a lot of it is like you could see his muscles kind of through the stuff.
Even when he sleeps with what's her face, like they cover up most of his body.
Yeah, they cover up most of her body too. Also, so he gets poisoned. Real quick, the other spot where we see the blood actually is the scene where he's in the cave and the guards are going in to like get him. And he's like Batman style taking him out one at a time, which by the way, the Scorpion King is just a Batman movie at this point. Yeah. So
I did like that scene. I thought that scene was kind of cool.
But I have a problem
you would like that.
Because they are out in a sandstorm, right?
Yeah.
And he's got his little like anti-sand mask on or whatever. But everybody else out there is completely in the open with their eyes open and everything. And when they get into those caves, none of them are blind. None of them are crying because the sand ripped their flesh off, because it would be ripping their flesh off. It'd be like having a fucking sander going across your body at 900 miles an hour or whatever, you know? Like they would have all been fucked up and bleeding. All their eyes would have been just fucking messes of sand and dirt. And like that drove me crazy because like he's got like the little, you know, like, oh, I can get away with it because I've got my mask on that definitely keeps all the sand out as he takes it off and all the sand pours out of it. But like those guys would have all been blind and looked like somebody had, you know, sent them through a fucking sand washing.
It's fine.
So he puts on this mask, right? So he goes like full Kane mode. During this thing, he pulls down the mask. He's like, I'm Kane. And he then proceeds to by the way, in the storm, puts the mask on that still has eye slits, make sense, and also doesn't cover his mouth. Like the whole idea is that the in a sandstorm you need to cover your entire face. But I definitely remember the toy that came with like the mask. Like, oh, BT Dubs, this was like crazy merched out.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course it was.
Yeah, Nutso style. But I remember that toy because the mask didn't actually fit like correctly on the figure, and I remember being so angry because it looked so dumb. Yeah,
that tracks. Yeah.
They only also had like every figure only had like 5 points of articulation. Like there was no elbow or knee bends.
It was these ones, like
these and the hips and his head moved back. Yeah. Not his waist didn't even move.
Oh, really?
It was literally just
the legs,
arms
and the head.
And the head moved, if I remember correctly.
So not only bad design, but like cheap toys. That sucks.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think Jakks specific, which was making the WWF toys at the time, had the licensing for it, and they had two different versions.
Sense.
Yeah, they had two different versions of action figures, which was like a more articulated version, which were more expensive, and then like literally just a 5 point of articulation figure.
See, what never made any sense to me with this kind of stuff was like G.I. Joes, like not the original G.I. Joes that were the size of like the Barbie dolls or whatever, but like the 2.5 inch or 4.5 inch figures or whatever the hell they were, you know, like those things had so many
3 3/4.
Yeah,
3 3/4 inches. Yeah,
there we go. Those things had so many points of articulation for just what they were. Like
the fact the U-ring.
Huh?
It invented the U-ring, like a figure of the ball, like where the waist is. Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm saying, though. Like those ones were like so far beyond their time, and then everything else just seemed like it was kind of a joke compared to them.
Yeah. Do you know why the 3 3/4 inch figure got started?
Huh.
So Kenner has the Star Wars license, and they need to make toys really fast. And they go, well, how big do you want them? And the CEO or whatever just goes, I don't know, make them about this big, and holds his hand up. And he goes like this. And a guy literally came and measured it. He goes, okay. And that's literally how the 3.35 3.75 figures got made.
Love it.
Wow.
It was because a guy literally just went, let's make them that big because they're easier to make. Yeah. The first run of Star Wars figures had like playmates. Like they were just Frankensteining other bits from other figures. Yeah, classic. G.I. Joe did the same thing. did the exact same thing when they made their 3.75 line. Good times. Shout out.
So you're getting ready to talk about him getting poisoned.
Oh yeah, so he gets poisoned, right? Because they get in this fight, they're in the sandstorm, and then what was his name? Arkmom?
Borak or something?
But was it Borak? Borak was the actual like greatest fighter the Magnon or whatever has. And by the way, goes out like a bitch. Doesn't even fucking stand a chance against the Rock. Rock beats him one hand tied behind his back, Poontang style. Just beats him within a fucking inch of his life.
But doesn't finish the job.
But doesn't finish the job and then gets stabbed by an arrow in the leg that had scorpion poison on it, I think is the theory.
So they say poison. They called it poison.
But it's venom.
It's just venom. Like when did he make poison? All he did was cut off the tail and then put the arrow tip in the poison.
Well, he cut the tail open so you could get to the sack that's got the venom sack in it, and then he put it through that.
Right. Okay. Which is like, I think they're trying to allude to like why he then becomes the Scorpion King.
Yeah, that's what they say. The sorceress Cassandra.
The blood of the scorpion will always be inside of you.
Yeah, but it also doesn't make sense because I guess Memnon is technically a Scorpion King because when they get to Gamora, there's a bunch of scorpion. Not just nice to Saddam, but yeah, there's a bunch of scorpion iconography all over the place. So he became Scorpion King because he took out.
Because the Horde's rule is if you take out the leader, you become the leader.
Oh, so
They say that in the beginning of the movie too.
No, yeah.
But all right, look. All I'm saying is, I'd get some scorpion poison in me if that's the way you get healed.
Yo, she legit sucks the cum out of him, magic style. That was nuts. She was fucking on that dick, and then it's just like, I'm going to like use my magic to suck the poison out of you. That was crazy. I'm surprised this didn't get an R rating after that. That was so sexual. That was so sexual for a PG-13 movie.
But also that when he has the carrier pit, like
real quick, hold on. She popped that shit crazy style when she got on it. I literally was like, holy shit, I'm on a treadmill. I cannot be watching this right now.
Chuck's over there like running with 3 legs.
Yeah, I was popping a boner. I was like, holy shit, good lord, woman. God, I fell in love for like half a second. It was nuts.
But after he kills the dude that stabs him with the venom, and the bird who just survived that whole sandstorm just sitting on that dude.
Hey, he was smart. He was flying above it.
Right? Sure.
True. Shout out to the greatest character to survive it, the camel. I also find it weird that The Rock was chill with like, yeah, I'm gonna have a camel as like my like.
I feel like that was definitely a call back to the first one. A little, which. Wasn't brother say like the horses are faster, but the camels are smarter?
Yeah.
Which, if you recall, in the first movie, camels were fastest to make it to Hamunaptra
because they can run over the sand better. Because camels move over loose sand because their feet are like this.
Exactly,
big.
they spread out.
Feet are like this big where they sink.
Wait, so which is it? Is it the horse actually faster? Is the camel faster?
It's fast. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I remember this because I remember when I was a kid making fun of the fact that camels were being used instead of horses a lot of the time, and it's because the camels are faster long distance because they don't have to brake as much. Right. Horses like have to take longer breaks, and you have to give them lots of water, especially in heat. Camels, you don't have to nearly take as much of a break. So, not enough spit from the camel, in my opinion. Y'all ever seen like the reins of a camel? Yeah. It's just like foamy shit.
Yeah.
No, this is that's like the most unrealistic thing about this movie that really bothered me.
That's
not the Rock carrying a boulder up the side of a building, or
tied around fire ants. Not the fire ants coming to,
or the gigantic fire ants.
They looked worse than the beetle, the Yeah,
The Scarabs.
The Beatles.
Scarabs,
Yeah. So
last
like my
movie.
screen was really small, so it didn't look nearly as bad to me.
Yeah,
But
I watched it on my big screen over here. When he goes to like squash him with his chin, and
Or the one they hit off is
terrible.
like the cheek. Like,
yeah, and he eats it. Yeah, no,
he spits it back out though. You know, Rock's a spitter. He's a quitter.
I think that was probably the equivalent of like a Pitch Black moment. That like back then we thought that was cool. It's like, oh, fucking Rock kills him with his chin. He eats him.
Yeah,
He doesn't care. And now we look at it now and go, that was fucking cringy as shit, man. That was hard to watch. Yeah, good times.
But anyways, back to the bird that survived the sandstorm, just sitting on that dude's corpse or whatever. There's no way that bird would have made a flight that long with a pendant that was made out of like a big ass metal pendant that dude had on.
Flying back, yeah.
Yeah, flying back. Because like he like attaches it to its legs or whatever, but that means that bird wouldn't be able to land anywhere because that thing was like in between both of its legs. And there's no way that bird would carry that huge ass pendant that whole way without dying.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you only had to fly from about 15 feet away.
Yeah.
In the actual.
Well, that wasn't a real bird that they had flying in the other part.
That too.
So the sheriff of Rottingham, that king, his son, that's another dude that's face I hate and I want to punch every time I see it. And I don't think I've ever seen him in anything other than this movie.
Is that like your sixth one now?
I have 10 fingers. It's fine.
Which guy? Sorry, which guy? Oh, the son?
Yeah, the one that like betrays
the douchey son with like the weird like Gen Z haircut of like the part in the middle.
Yeah, is his name.
Yeah, he was a douche. He was a douche.
Well, that's his name from here. Oh, he's from Twilight. No wonder. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, he was no wonder. He was in Supergirl. That's where I recognize him from.
Like the new one?
The show. He was Maxwell Lord in the show.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense why I think he's got such a punchable face.
One season.
That sounds right.
Did I ever watch that? I don't think I ever did.
I enjoyed the show.
It was fun for a little bit, and then it got into that Flash Arrow monotony of the same thing happens every episode. And
so the WB cycle. Yeah, that's just WB.
You just got Monster of the Weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, he was in Twilight, which that's just Twilight. Hollow Man 2. Interesting. Okay.
Not good.
I mean, the first one was okay.
I unapologetically like the first one. It's not
I've never
good,
seen any of them.
I don't remember the first one as well.
I'm a Kevin Bacon apologist, so
that's fair.
I like Kevin Bacon. He gave us Tremors.
Can't hardly wait. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Holy crap! I haven't seen that movie in forever either. He plays the douchebag in that, doesn't he?
I don't know. Mike Dexter.
Yeah, that's the guy that isn't Can't Hardly Wait the one where they make a bet.
No, that's She's All That. Unless Can't Hardly Wait's supposed to be the answer to that. It's 98, so it's quite possible.
What's Can't Hardly Wait?
Can't Hardly Wait.
Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, where the dude's like trying to get like in her pants basically, and yeah, I vaguely remember that because it
was but it was a bet, right? It was a bet that he couldn't do it.
No, I think he was just in love with her and trying to do it, and his buddies were supposed to be trying to help him or something, and I don't know. I haven't seen that since it was on HBO. Like when this would have probably been. It was before I moved out of my mom's house, so before I moved in with my dad, so it's been before I was 13. So like it would have been a long ass time ago.
Anyway,
so they get to the oasis where like they get ambushed, and before they get ambushed and they get down to the water, and she's like, "Is it safe to drink?" And then the thief dude jumps in, and the Rock's just like, "Not anymore."
That was funny.
That was a good joke. There's some of those little jokes.
There was a part of me that hoped the Rock only had one-liners in this.
Right? That would have made the movie so much better.
Yeah, like
he just does one-liner.
Yeah.
But that does bring us to one of my favorite scenes that I know I talked about, is when they get captured and brought in front of all of the groups that survived the ambush. And so it's Rock versus Michael Clark Duncan, and they have got the swords and they, attack each other. And they actually had real swords, and these two giant meat of, packs of men. I don't know what the hell I just said there.
You're talking about their giant.
Yeah, you chose a bunch of words. I don't think any of them is what you meant, but okay.
Nope. Basically,
he calls it giant meat packing men.
Yeah.
These two dudes with huge swinging cocks.
Yep. They come out swinging their giant meat swords.
Uh-huh.
I'm running with it now. Anyway, no. So they come out with the swords, and they're just swinging at each other, and they connect, and they just shatter. And that was real. Like, that was not supposed to happen. And that look of shock on both their faces was legitimate, and they decided to keep it in the film. And I'm actually happy they did, because that was
awesome. Because it was pretty awesome. Yeah, that was the best acting in the whole movie from The Rock. And they find out it wasn't acting.
Yeah, there's also apparently one scene that I read here where during that fight, The Rock accidentally elbowed Michael Clark Duncan in the face and knocked him out for a couple seconds. And so afterwards, Duncan went and got some gauze put in his cheek and came back and had, so basically it was all swollen up. And what does it say here? While filming the fight between Matthias and Balthazar, Johnson accidentally elbowed Duncan in the jaw and knocked the actor out for 5 seconds. Duncan went to the makeup and had them stuff his mouth with cotton to make his face look swollen. Duncan pretended he couldn't continue filming because Johnson had really messed up his face. Johnson felt extremely bad, thinking he really hurt Duncan. When the entire cast found out it was all prank, they all laughed at Johnson. In a later take, Duncan ad-libbed, "And pray you never hit me like that again." Johnson and the cast cracked up laughing. So that's kind of fun.
That's funny. It's actually kind of weird that. I wonder if that started some sort of chain reaction to The Rock just becoming the worst human being on set.
Because when you hear the stories of him and Vin Diesel on the Fast and Furious sets,
yeah.
Well, then I don't know which it is. Maybe I think after Doom, which isn't too farther after this, he gets it in his contract where he can't lose a fight on film. He will never lose a fight on film ever again. So you go watch his movies, and he may lose in the beginning, but by the end of it, he has to win.
I hate that. That's so stupid.
Then when you see him in the Fast and the Furious movies, he doesn't lose any fights. So then it gets to a point where
it's a tie. It's a tie sometimes.
Well, it gets to a point where him and Vin Diesel they're filming scenes, but they're not in the same room. They can't be in the same room because of their egos.
Yeah, Vin Diesel was not happy about him coming on.
I don't think they were happy about him coming back. Actually, toward the end of it,
there's only room in this franchise for one bald dude.
Well, and so that's why he was not in, I want to say 8 and 9, and he kind of called him out to have him back. He pulled Paul Walker's death to kind of bring him back in for the end credit scene for 10. I know you probably haven't seen it yet, Ron. I know you.
I've seen the first one, and some of the second one, and some of Tokyo Drift. So
yeah, that's
as far as I got.
You've seen probably some of the best ones.
He literally got Shaw and Hobbs launched as a way to keep within the franchise, but not have to go on the main franchise movie.
Dude, Hobbs and Shaw was a good movie. I really like that movie.
Is that the one with Jason Statham?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it became a superhero movie of sorts. I mean, Idris Elba having powers made no goddamn sense.
Idris Elba just being I'm Black Superman, right to the camera. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it made no goddamn sense, but I was here for it. But yeah, that's why he wasn't in a couple of them. And he, like I said, Vin Diesel used Paul Walker's death to try and ring Rock back into it. And The Rock like called him out, like, "Fuck you, dude, ain't gonna do it." But it wasn't until Rock lost getting DC, like once Black Adam kind of like flopped. I'm gonna use flopped as air quotes because it actually made the most money out of the last 4 DCU movies.
But that's
Rock will tell you that too.
Oh no, it did.
Yeah.
But once he didn't get major control, he lost the bidding war to James Gunn and Peter Safran. So he did get control of DCU. And so he needed money. So that's why he's like, okay, fine, I'll come back. And he did a cameo at the very end of Fast X. So he'll be in the final Fast and Furious movie.
Final.
I think no, it's gonna be the final one. Like Vin Diesel, they've all said.
Didn't they say like 8 movies ago it was gonna be the final one? Like, come on.
Well, they said it was gonna be the final one when Paul Walker died, and I was like, oh wait, we can still make more money. Okay, fine.
It would also
they've actually said this is the final X Part 2 or whatever.
Till they realize that they need more money, and then they're just like, well, let's throw out another fucking Fast movie.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
Yeah.
I'd be remiss if I also didn't point out that because Rock didn't get the DC license and control of it, he goes and then goes back to WWE for a minute.
Yes.
And single-handedly makes one of the best and worst situations that they could have ever had. He's on like the TKO board, and that's the company that owns WWE now. And he completely changes what WrestleMania 41 was supposed to look like. WrestleMania 40 was supposed to look like. So yeah, buddy, it was a mess.
All because his ego was hurt again.
Yep, 100%.
Poor baby.
And then he made Smashing Machine,
which I mean, I heard that was a great movie. I still haven't.
It was a great movie.
I heard it was a great.
I don't know what that is.
It's a biopic.
Yeah, it's a biopic about a UFC fighter. I've heard it is very good. I have yet to watch it.
Yeah.
But that was his attempt to try to win
An
Oscar.
Yeah.
Like he actually acts his ass off in this movie.
Yeah, it looked amazing.
And then he got super skinny, and it was fucking weird. He lost like a bunch of weight and stuff. Yeah. And of course, the live action Moana. He's going to be in the live action.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it, but I'm a little iffy about that one.
Yeah.
Look, Disney needs to just quit making live action movies.
This is their last one for a while. Like this one was already in production when the last
they have done very bad.
I guess I was gonna say the Lilo and Stitch was their breaking point. I forgot they already have a second one in production for that one. So,
well, when you change the entire core message of the movie to appease to a bad
corporate
fan base.
Overlords, huh?
Yeah.
So, anyways, back to the Scorpion King.
Oh yeah.
The fight at the end, like when he's fighting against Memnon, and like she is like foreseeing his death in that or whatever when he gets shot in the back with the arrow. That arrow pierced like this far into him, like,
which was really weird because in her vision, it looks like it hit the same spot,
but went all the way
killed
through.
Him.
Yeah. Well,
So
no,
what
her
was the
vision never
difference?
technically said that he died. She saw up to that point where he gets shot and assumed that he died.
Well, no, because it looked like he fell over and dead.
I mean, he does in the movie too. He falls over, but like he gets back up and fights the guy. But I have to say that it's probably got to be the most uncomfortable place to quiver your arrow before you shoot somebody with it.
I mean, how he reached back there and got it is...
Or how he pulled the bow back after he got shot right between his, like...
Okay, first off, his shoulders were so big. There was no fucking way he was reaching back there.
Right.
That man is not doing stretching. I'm sorry, he is not fucking stretching.
What happened was during the fight, it actually got wedged sideways, so it was like over here more, so he was able to actually.
So it was easier for him to pull out. Yeah.
It was.
Although I did think it was fucking badass that he did end up like taking the arrow out of his body and then using it.
Oh
like,
yeah, like
what a 2000s macho action movie move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially when it hits Memnon and Memnon goes flying out into the air. The explosion happens. His body goes through the explosion, catches on fire, and then just falls in front of the army.
Speaking of catching on fire, like you can't just put blades in the fire or into some
It was
fire and
oil.
it catches on fire?
100% you can. Do you not remember when
not
we
without the oil on there? He didn't have oil on there.
No, there was oil in the container. That's what he did. He swept it through the oil that was in that because that's what was burning in there was oil. So when he swept them through the oil,
I thought it was just like the coals or logs.
No, it was oil sitting in there because it was like the ones that were inside where when he pushed them over and they splashed the oil all over and made the fire around.
Okay,
but like
fair enough.
But
yes, I do remember our video. It pops up on Facebook every once in a while.
I made a wooden sword and we lit it on fire and sword fought with it.
It was great.
That's cool.
It was a good time.
They wouldn't. I don't think they would have been as lit as long as that
was.
Definitely not.
Once he was swinging it around.
And the CGI fire on those blades was so garbage.
Oh, so bad, so very bad. But still, and yet, looked cool.
Yeah, it did look cool.
I also think the jar test with the cobras proved nothing because all you gotta do is kind of pay attention to where the empty jars are at.
Well, especially after she found the first empty one, and then he smashes it, and then she's like, "Oh, the other empty one was 2 jars in front of that." Like,
yeah. Now, it does get revealed that she never lost her powers.
Yeah,
there at the end, so she actually knew what was
lying
there.
about it. She just didn't want to have the bed.
Fuck him. But but it's just like, okay, sure. I don't know. I just thought that was just kind of dumb.
That or the Rock's Dickin was so good that she it gave her powers back.
Just it lapsed in
maybe she loses her powers if she doesn't come. You know what I mean? Like and she just knew that this guy just didn't have the heat. You know what I mean? Like that would make a lot more sense actually.
That's possible.
Yeah. Anything else?
I mean, I got through all mine.
That covered all of my notes.
So that just brings us to kill count, Joey.
All right, so I've got 87 total. I may have missed a handful. I've got 13 kills in the vision when she had her vision and everybody was dying there. And then I've got, let's see here. 6 for head count. King Fion's head, a henchman's head during the cave scene, and then 4 cobra heads.
Yeah.
Because
also,
cobras got cut off.
Why were the cobras not trying to attack Memnon also, since he was standing in between them and they ignored him and went for the rock?
Oh, because snakes are scared of the more dominant predator. Rock is the apex predator. Everybody knows that. I mean, look at him. Look at him in this movie. Also, cobras are scared of scorpions.
That doesn't seem legit.
Well, then wouldn't they go after Memnon? Yeah. He was the Scorpion King at that point. But then again,
no.
But then again, the Rock had the Scorpion blood.
The Scorpion blood, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
that was established earlier in the movie.
Yeah. Anyways.
I did love in the scene where he's like, I think it's in the vision. He watches the little kid die, that helps him sneak in or whatever.
She does. She sees it.
I know she's seeing it, but there's a moment where the Rock is also seeing him die. Like she sees the Rock see him die, and he doesn't do anything to prevent it from happening. Or maybe it's when they capture the kid.
So yeah, he was getting ready to shoot Memnon, and the kid was about ready to get his hand chopped off.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
And he's like,
I would have loved if he the movie just ends, right? He goes and he just is watching and he's like, can't decide. He can finally get a shot at Memnon, and he just looks at the kid and just goes, die well. And then just shoots Memnon, and that's the end of the movie.
Or here's the thing: you spent the first, 3 minutes of the movie showing off the fact you shoot 8 arrows at once.
Exactly. It should have showed him again. It should have showed him putting 2 arrows on there, putting his thumb and his finger up like this, and spreading the arrows on the thing, and just letting them both go.
Yeah.
Anyway. Plus, he shoots those arrows out in the first part, even after the first 8 arrows go out at the same time, the next 3 arrows that come out are still boom, 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 he's shooting them out of a gun. So he should have been able to shoot the arrow at the kid with the axe and then pull back and shoot one at Memnon before Memnon even realized he was there.
Right.
But anyways,
bingo.
Yep. So we had nudity or implied nudity, since she is naked, but we don't see anything. Rejecting powers or destiny, comic logic, betrayal by a friend, animal cruelty, because making that camel carry the rock was absolute cruelty to that animal.
That camel was kind of sassy though.
Yeah. Hero kills, villain monologue, sexual innuendo, misogyny, fight for control of something, and unexplainable science.
All right. Well, no, he explained it. He had the Chinese powder. And all
the unexplainable science part came where the rock's bow could shoot people so hard that it would throw them.
No, that's not explainable. He's that strong. He's that strong. The bow is that strong too.
Nobody can.
He is that strong though.
Back with me.
He is that strong though.
Yeah.
He's the strongest man.
And yet couldn't beat Michael Clark Duncan.
I did find it interesting that I wonder if Michael Clark Duncan had it written in his contract that he also couldn't lose, and that's why it was a tie.
No, he doesn't, because he loses fights all the time. Think back to
Daredevil. Yeah, but
did he actually lose that fight though?
He does.
Yeah, he got both of his kneecaps blown out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
like fucking Ben Affleck. What a bitch.
But here's the other thing. If The Rock is that strong, when he is attacking Memnon with his sword, he would have just been throwing his little bitch ass every direction every time he swung at him.
Oh, yeah.
Guy's weighs 105 pounds. Like, what the hell?
Anyways, the mummy metric. Sorry,
mummy. No, you're good. I was clipping. Sorry, I was trying to make sprue goo. It's a whole thing. I just realized I don't have any. I gotta make it. Hey, man. Okay. I watched this on a very tiny screen that was actually smaller than the thing I was watching it on, right? Because then I had three assholes making jokes the whole time next to it. So it didn't look as bad to me as I'm sure it actually did. Joey had made comments that the ants looked really bad. I believe that.
Yeah.
The CG fire, I agree, did look bad. But
the cobras look like garbage.
Yeah, but then weirdly, the sandstorm I think was a practical effect.
No.
When it was the close-ups of him fighting.
Oh, that yes. Yeah, that was practical. But when it was
no. When it was coming up, I knew when it was coming up and over. Yeah. No, that looked like shit.
Yeah, I think the sandstorm when they're in it, I think was practical.
Yeah, well, I think it was in front of the lens. Like they weren't actually in the sand. I think it was one of those things where they put the thing in front of the lens and then they have it look like it's going on behind them.
That's practical.
That is practical.
Yeah, it's still practical effect. Yeah. That being said, listen, I don't know, 1 out of 250. I don't know. I think it looked fine. You know what? 2 out of 250. Ron, switch it up. Yeah,
that just be 1 out of 125.
Yeah, well, we don't reduce here.
We don't. Ron, has the scale ever made fucking sense?
Sometimes we get a 1 out of 1.
That's true. We get a control. That's accurate. Oh man, not a Muppet. I'm gonna go camel.
Yeah,
I went with the sorceress just because
I mean, yeah, for obvious reasons.
Plus, it would have been funny as hell. 2 Muppets trying to fuck her. And then her riding a Muppet camel in front of the Muppet Rock.
Yeah.
There you go.
Although, I want to say camel just because it'd be really funny to watch the camel have to carry all the Muppets and do Muppet stuff. However, the Rock not being, kind of being the only one, murdering Muppets crazy style.
Right.
But also, that would then imply that the camel itself was a Muppet.
Yes.
Which means that we would then have human Rock on Muppet Camel, which I also very much want to see. Also, for me personally, and where I'm at, Muppet Sorceress popping that shit crazy style when she goes to suck the venom out of him.
Would that just be a hand job?
You're not wrong, and I'm definitely here for it. Is my point, Which shout out to my Tinder matches.
I mean, Memnon wouldn't be bad. Him just fighting and attacking Muppets all the time, getting murked by a Muppet, be kind of fun.
Yeah.
But no, I do kind of like I like either the Rock or the Camel. Those are pretty good.
Shout out to the Camel.
Yeah,
Camel's killing it this movie.
Camel
So,
knew
you
his
know
shit.
what we really didn't talk about throughout this whole movie, and I just realized it just now.
What's that?
The little thief dude. Like
Yeah.
we barely talked about him.
This movie's version of
Benny.
Benny, yeah.
He
He
So
wasn't
when
as good
he-
as Benny. I don't think he was as good of a character.
No.
Yeah.
when
He was like a
gets
poor man's
out,
Benny.
when he gets out of the ant trap thing, though,
Makes no sense how, but okay.
right? Like, there's no way, because he was buried up to here,
Right.
right? So even if he would have because if he would have held his breath and held it out wide, by the time he let the air out, there would have been like this much room to either side, and there wouldn't have been enough room for all this, like what he was packed into, to move away in 3 seconds. He climbed out of that hole.
Well, no, it was longer than 3 seconds because I know it wasn't longer.
Well, I mean,
than
the Rock
3 seconds.
looks
I know.
away, does something, then looks back, and he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah, I know. Again, makes no sense. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the campiness and silliness of this movie that they try to capture from the first one that I don't think quite hits right. But it's also because I think that again that cast is just like perfect. Like, that's
Right.
a perfect casting for everything that was going on.
yeah, and
That's
like
not
I said, I remember watching this the first time in theaters. I remember enjoying it in theaters. I still enjoy it this time around. It, criticizing it aside, it's still a fun movie for me.
Yeah, it's still good. It's still a good movie.
I still enjoy this, but my score will reflect that. But speaking of, what you got there, Chuck?
All right. Is this a Scorpion King movie? Yes. This is, in fact, a Scorpion King movie. This is the most Scorpion King movie we probably will watch. It's definitely more of a Scorpion King movie than The Mummy Returns.
Yeah,
I can tell you that. Look, I had a lot of fun with this. This is a 9.9. I'll never give a 10, but a 9.99 out of 10 on the Janero Continuum. Watching it and having assholes just make fun of it is like the best way to enjoy this movie. It was really good for me too, because like I got all of the little wrestling references that were in the movie, and that was fun. Like that felt like it was a nice little treat for me. This is a campy 2000s action movie. I really like it. I think it almost does as well of the original Mummy that it could, with it being The Rock. This is good Rock.
I will agree with that.
Hollywood hasn't corrupted him yet, Rock.
It's a
Which is
second
very
movie.
right, which is very enjoyable. It's kind of crazy that now he goes and does the Tooth Fairy. That's the next.
Is that before the rundown or after
4
the rundown?
movies after. It's
It's 4. Yeah, but it's just it's weird. He has some hits, man. He does this. He does Walking Tall. He does the Rundown. He does the Tooth Fairy, and then his career kind of gets weird for a while. He kind of goes dark, and then he comes back in. What does he come back in after that? Something that he does.
Okay, so he goes this, then let's see here. The Rundown, Walking Tall, Be Cool.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he's an extra. He's like a supporting actor in Be Cool.
Doom, Southland Tales,
Oh, I forgot about Doom.
Gridiron Gang, The Game Plan, which I did kind of enjoy. I thought that was kind of a cute movie.
That's the one.
That's the football movie with his kid.
with the kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Sometimes I confuse that with the Tooth Fairy.
Same.
Get Smart, and then Tooth Fairy.
He doesn't get smart.
Yeah,
He does. He must do a cameo in that.
I thought he
Be
was
Cool. Be Cool is when he plays the gay bodyguard, right?
I
that's the whole
didn't know.
gam-
I didn't know what Be Cool
Oh,
was.
I don't know what
I
Be
think
Cool
it-
is either.
Be Cool is the sequel to Get Shorty.
I've never seen Get Shorty either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. Anyway, if I had to give this an egregious score, which I'm probably going to do,
Oh, I forgot to race to Witch Mountain. I forgot about that one.
A terrible movie.
I enjoyed that one. It was
no,
bad,
you enjoy bad movies, Joey.
I enjoyed the originals, though. That's the problem. I grew up with the originals, so
8.199. 8.199. I said
You did say you're going to give it an egregiously high score, so
it's an egregiously high score. I had a lot of fun with this movie. Also, it's an easy watch. It's like what, an hour and a half?
Yeah,
actually, it's less than an hour and a half.
That is one thing I will give it, was that it did go really smoothly through the movie. Like, I didn't have to like stop in the middle of it or walk away from it or play on my phone a lot.
I mean, granted, again, I was watching it with the guys who were making jokes, so it kept me entertained. I didn't get bored watching this movie, which is not something I can say for like the last 10 movies I've watched.
No, that's fair. I mean, this one does keep well paced.
Yeah. Hell of a lot better than Mobile Suit Gundam.
Right?
Yeah.
Or Inspector Gadget 2.
Yeah.
That's
what should be better.
Ronald?
So I don't mind this movie. I remember when it first came out and it wasn't what I expected it to be. But also, like, it's not a terrible movie. I like some of the fight scenes because they are just ridiculously over the top fun. Obviously the sorceress is smoking hot. There's some terrible acting in this, but also I didn't expect it to have good acting to begin with, so that's okay. Will I watch this movie again? Probably. Like, I mean, it won't be anytime soon, but I'll probably watch it again. I'll forget about it and I'll be like, oh yeah, the Scorpion King, and then watch it and be like, oh yeah, the Scorpion King.
Put it on in a party with a bunch of friends.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, it does pass. Chuck is right. It would pass the Janero continuum. Having said that, I gave this a 5.081.
I mean, that's an absolutely fair score. Like, yeah, no, that's an appropriate score. I just had a lot more fun with this. Like,
that's fair. Yeah. I mean, if I would have watched the link that you said, I might have liked it a little bit more. But I said, I didn't realize. Because when you said it was supposed to be, because I thought you'd said it was Mystery Science Theater, so I was like,
no, Mystery Science Theater-esque.
I didn't, but I didn't like when I read it. I just thought it was Mystery Science Theater, and I clicked on the link, and it was just like these three dudes. I have no idea who any of them are talking, and I'm just like, did I get the wrong? So I went back and I clicked back into it, and it came back to that video, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. There's something wrong with my link, so I just was like, I'm just gonna go watch it.
No. That was they just do it Mystery Science Theater style. I recommend specifically you two and nobody else, because technically that link was behind a Patreon wall and I'm not sending it out to people. You should go rewatch it. It's a lot more enjoyable.
Well, now that I can get back to it, I'll try to watch it.
They make some jokes you guys won't get, but they make a lot of fucking jokes that are just like very on par, very good.
So Joey, what's your score?
I enjoyed this movie. Like I said, it's a movie that I've watched a dozen times. Is it a good movie? No, it's not. But it's a fun movie. It is one that I haven't seen in a while, but rewatching it, scenes just kind of came back to me. It's a blast. I had a good time with it. Really, I've kind of already said everything I said earlier, so I'm not really going to repeat myself. I gave it a 6.989. I had fun with it. It's a movie I'd watch again. Definitely would watch with friends, and I think if we had a big group of people watching it, making fun of it, it'd be a blast.
What we should do is we should have a Mummy Scorpion King watch party where we watch the Mummy Returns to the Scorpion King, and everybody should have to dress in a costume.
You say that because you already have a costume picked out.
I do.
Yeah, you're making that way easier for you, Ron.
That's right.
I'll have to paint my body gold.
Hell yes. Hey, you get gold paint. I'll start doing the black lines around you, dude. We got this.
Yeah, that's a good look for me.
So that gives us a combined score of 6.756, which drops it in at number 70 out of 206 movies.
That's a pretty high spot for it.
Just behind
Justice League, The New Frontier, and Star Wars Episode 6 at a 6.8, and just above Danger Diabolic at a 6.73.
Yeah, that's a pretty good spot for it.
Yeah, I mean top 75 honestly is a really fair spot, I think. So.
I mean, again, for a movie that is dumb fun,
yeah, good times. Recommendations this week, boys. Since I already did the plugs.
That's true. You did do all the plugs. All right. I would recommend going to local festivals, local little gatherings, like whether it's German Fest or Oktoberfest or stuff like that. Go and see what's going on in your community. See if there's anything fun going on. You never know. You might find something great.
I'm sure your community has a strawberry fest or a garlic fest, or
we have an apple fest.
Apple fest.
Dude, the Apple Fest
some sort of flower fest. You know what I mean? And it always supports local businesses. It supports your local town because usually they're free, but if they're not free, all that money goes back into the making the next year even better. At time of recording, my town had the biggest pride that they've ever had. 1,800 people showed up at the park, which is huge number for Little Oneonta that is covertly conservative. So, go to your festivals, man. Go to a Ren Fair. That's what you gotta do. Go to a Ren Fair.
I need to hit up a Ren Fair again. I haven't been in a while.
Just don't specifically go to the Sterling, New York one, everybody. Don't go to that one, but you can go to any other ones, which is good. So, Joey, recommendation?
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of the festival one because festivals are great. Just support the local stuff. All the hard work that the communities put into it. You guys don't see it on the back end, but more often than not, if you don't support it, chances are it won't be back the following year. I know we've here in Fort Wayne, we've got one here called Three Rivers Festival that over the last couple years it has been getting less and less. And I want to say last year, the year before, it didn't happen because the company behind it, one of the companies behind it, pulled out, and they just didn't support it. So we didn't have it one year, and I think somebody finally stepped up to try and reback it. So we're getting it back, but it's not the same. It's something that's completely different. We're not having the same vendors, the same distribution of stuff. So if you don't go and support these festivals when they happen, people, you won't have them here like they were. And then people complain about it. It's well, why isn't it like it was? Because you weren't out there to support it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than listening to boomers go, well, it used to be a lot better years ago, and the quality
you
totally
guys
gone
fuck
down.
everything for us, you pieces of shit.
Yep, pretty much. My recommendation this week, I'm going to say... you know what? I'm going to piggyback off that even a little bit more. Allow yourself to experience new and fun things, especially when it comes to the culinary world. Go to the farmers markets, find some really interesting stuff that you haven't tried before, especially in your vegetables or your fruits, and just Google the product and look up for a recipe. Don't use AI. AI is unbelievably terrible when it comes to recipes because they are untested, unproven recipes, and they're really bad. But you can simply Google, because guess what? There's actual really good chefs out there who are just trying to make content for you about probably dishes that they ate as a kid or that they're very familiar with or whatever. So go to a farmer's market, go to a festival, get something new and something different that you wouldn't normally try. Buy a purple potato. Just do it. Just buy a purple fingerling potato because they're really sweet.
Dude, fingerling potatoes are fantastic.
I love a good fingerling potato with oil, salt, pepper, and then right before you're done with it, drizzle it with a little bit of honey. Hell yeah, brother. That's the way to go. That's the way I like it. Especially if you make a little fermented garlic honey to go on it. That's the tech, man.
That sounds yummy.
Yeah, it's delicious. And you can look up a recipe for fermented garlic honey. It's really easy. You take a jar of honey, 4 cloves of garlic, crush them, just crush them, leave them whole, but crush them, put them in the honey, and then you burp it once a day for 3 days, and it will start to kind of get waterier, and you'll see bubbles. That's the fermentation process. Then maybe a splash of vinegar if you're a little scared. which will even out the pH levels. And then you got a nice little funky garlic honey to drizzle on your pizza, drizzle on your potatoes. Phenomenal. Highly recommend it. Do a little Googling. Teach yourself something, goddammit. It's not hard.
I will
Joey,
say,
our next movie!
Every time I go out of town on like convention or just anywhere, I always like to try a new restaurant, something I
same. Yeah,
don't,
I know.
Do.
I know specifically when Simon was in when he was graduating from basic training, we were in South Carolina, I think, or North Carolina or something, and like we were talking about getting dinner, and this is back when Jess and Ellie were still married, and Ellie wanted fucking Taco Bell
because they're used to it. That's what they know.
And I'm just like, dude, there are so many different restaurants here that you can never have at home. Why would you ever take something as basic as Taco Bell when, there was we settled on like this burger restaurant, and then we got Taco Bell for them because they were a crybaby little bitch. But yeah, shout out to a fucking douchebag.
Shout out douchebags.
And they'll be on whatever those episodes of Comic Book Rewinds.
Yeah, I know. That was back before we knew that they were such a piece of shit.
Fun.
But anyways.
All right, fun. So our next movie is a happy birthday to Chuck because it's Chuck's birthday pick.
Shit! What did I pick? I forget.
At least this is what you told me 2 months ago. You're gonna be watching Rock and Rule. Unless you want to change it.
We're finally doing it!
Okay, cool.
Oh shit!
Yep,
that's
Rock
right.
And Rule,
Rock
buddies.
and Rule. Yeah, I forgot what the other one was that I was gonna push it to. So we're doing Rock and Rule.
Yeah, I forgot too.
Yeah, I forgot too.
It was something that you ended up. You're gonna do a Santo movie. No, the
Batgirl movie.
Batgirl,
yeah.
Batwoman. Yeah. No. I'm excited about Rock and Roll because we've been watching. We watched Heavy Metal. We watched a couple other animations from that time, and this is like a musical that has Earth, Wind, and Fire. Iggy Pop and somebody else all wrote original music for this soundtrack.
Funny thing is, this is also Don Bluth.
Yeah.
Right after he left Disney. So
yes.
It's
this this animation company is I'll figure it out next week. It's a Canadian company that ends up doing another really big movie. I want to say maybe Sword in the Stone. Or Black Cauldron, I don't remember.
So this would have been the beginning of the Bluth work stuff. So it would have been American Five Goes West, not Five Goes West, American Tail,
yeah,
Land for a Time, basically all Don
Land
Bluth
Before Time. That's what it was. That's what.
So so this was there because Don Bluth had such a terrible time at Disney working on The Rescuers and them just basically. He was actually telling them hey, what you guys are doing is stupid. Why are we doing this? They're like, no, shut up and do what you're told. He's like, fuck you. I'm going to go over here and do this stuff. And he competed with them and took money away from Disney during their dark time. So it didn't last because then the Renaissance came and kind of destroyed them. So
correct. But this is like a cult classic, man. Yeah. I'm really excited to finally watch this. I've never
seen, so I'm actually looking forward to watching this.
It's super weird. It's super trippy, and the fact that Iggy Pop, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I want to say it's some pop singer, all did original music. Maybe, and I think maybe Prince was on it, something like that. Early Prince was on it too. So I'm super excited for this.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.